ब्लू सीट पे बैठने के लिए कोशिश करते हैं। यहाँ सब
पीछे बैठते हैं। कुछ तरकीब होगी, कुछ इन लोगों को पता होगा कि यहाँ इसमें क्या, हम तो पहली बार आए जी। हम और बैसाब डक्टूर पे जा रहे हैं। लंदन मिलेनियम के करीब से मिलती है ये, और इंशाल्लाह आगे भी बनाते रहेंगे।
Number one, we've given it a roof. We don't need it today, but we usually do. The London weather is pretty changeable. Okay. We also gave you the luxury of these seats. The soldiers would have been straight on the floor, 10 to 12 of them, ready to go into combat. Also, back in 1944, they weren't painted bright yellow with a cartoon deck on the side of them. We changed that too. They would have been spotted fairly easily, I think, had they been. And so for that reason, they were painted either a grey or a greenish colour in order to blend in with the sea as they approached the land. Now the first thing we're going to do is head over Westminster Bridge. This is the second oldest bridge in London, and it's also the shortest to span the Thames. Just over on the other side, most people assume they can see Big Ben. What you can actually see is the clock tower that Big Ben hangs inside. Big Ben is the name of the bell rather than the tower itself. It was named after Sir Benjamin Fenwick, who owned the saw that the bell getting put up to the top of the tower, and the big comes from the fact that it was 13.5 tons. If you can imagine, this vehicle is about 9 tons. That's how big Big Ben actually is.
Now, on the
right hand side of the bridge is Portcullis House. This was built as an extension to the Houses of Parliament and opened in 2000. It cost £380 million to build, and one of the reasons it was so expensive is because they made it bomb-proof, earthquake-proof and bullet-proof. And then just after they opened it flooded and they had to close it again. It cost another £10 million to sort that out, but safely open now with the MPs very safe inside. They don't even have to risk crossing the road. There's corridors underneath this road from Portcullis House straight over to the Houses of Parliament. Heading up towards Parliament Square now, and the first statue we're going to see is of Sir Winston Churchill, voted one of the greatest Britons of all time. He's just coming up on our right hand side now. And up ahead of us is St Margaret's. This is the church where Winston Churchill got married. Next to St Margaret's is a place where another rather well publicised wedding happened lately. And we're going to go past on the left hand side Westminster Abbey, where William and Catherine got married at the end of April. All the statues in Parliament Square are to represent people who've upheld the idea of democracy. We have Abraham Lincoln just over on our left hand side now, and there are two of these statues, one here in Parliament Square and the other over in Chicago. Winston Churchill himself said he didn't want a statue, as he didn't want to end up covered in birds' nests. But they've remedied this, and in the back of the neck of his statue they put a small electrified rod, and it stops the birds landing on the statue, and that's why Winston's managed to stay so clean. The Treasury building up ahead of us is HMS Victory. Nelson himself at the top is 18 feet tall, 3 times the size of your average man, and even more in Nelson's case, as in reality he was about 5'7", someone had to say. He's looking over towards Portsmouth, which is where his ships would have set sail from. At the base of the column, on each side, there's a metal screen, and these depict
टोल भी है, सेलिब्रिटी टोल लंदन।
हाँ, बहुत
Over on
से
our
निकाले
right-hand
हुए हैं
side is a
इन्होंने,
white building with some dark
लेकिन ये
lamps
पानी में नहीं
outside.
जाएगी।
This is a
इसकी
gentleman
खसूसियत
members
ये
club
पानी
called
में
White.
जाएगी।
By that I mean that you have to be a gentleman to be a member of this club, as ladies cannot become members, and we're not allowed in unless we're with our husbands who invite us in with the guests. This is where Prince Philip had his stag do, and it's where Prince Charles had both of his stag do's. Was added about 150 years ago in Victoria's time. We're not actually allowed to drive across the palace. No commercial vehicles are. The Queen will not allow it. We have written to her and said, "Ma'am, we're more like a boat. We've been in a World War." But she's having none of it, I'm afraid. But if you want to come here to watch the changing of the guard, then this happens at 11:30 every morning. I would say get here at least half an hour before that though, as it gets very, very, very busy
चेंज ऑफ गार्ड
outside the palace.
11:30 को होता है। यहाँ घूम करके रोस्ट होना है, अपने आप को रोस्ट करना है।
In the film The World Is Not Enough, this is where you saw bombs shooting out of one of the windows and landing on the Thames in a speedboat. Very similar to what we're about to do ourselves in a moment, ladies and gentlemen. But this is the most surveyed building in the world. There's over £350 million worth of surveillance happening here. They value their privacy pretty highly. And there's waterman on in a second to take us onto the Thames. So, before that, mini safety announcement. Up above our heads we have some life jackets. In the very unlikely case that we have to use them, they slip over your head and clip around the middle. Myself and the waterman will help you if there's any problems. Also, please keep your hands, your heads, your legs, everything inside. Coming up over on the left-hand side of the river, the big tower that we go past is the Millbank Tower. You may have seen this in some recent student protest, as this is the Conservative Party headquarters. They don't have the whole building though, just 5 floors near the middle. they completely covered up. For this reason, there will be 2 beaches tonight in the 1940s. The Royal Dental Factory itself stands just behind the London Fire Escape headquarters. And when we're travelling back, you can see it just peeking out from behind it. Coming up over on the right-hand side, there's a red brick gatehouse which dates all the way back to 1390. This is part of Lambeth Palace, and it's where the Archbishop of Canterbury, Lord Williams, is living. It's also known. This is a neo-Gothic Victorian design that was completed in the 1860s. Within this building, there are over 3 miles of corridor and nearly 1,000 rooms. Of these rooms, 34 of them are drinking bars. In these bars, the smoking ban does not apply, and you can buy a pint of lager for £1 and 5 pence. You do, however, have to be a member of Parliament to take advantage of these privileges. Just below the first floor window of the House of Parliament is the Lord's Prayer written in Latin. This was put there to stop evil spirits from ever being able to enter the Houses of Parliament. Also alongside you can see some little yellow markers, and these are alarmed to make sure no one gets too close to the building via the river. If you do cross them, then a very loud alarm goes off.
लंदन आई का टूर करके भाई साहब हम वापस जा रहे हैं। Thank you very much. ऐसा इधर सामने माशाल्लाह भाई साहब, और हम अभी टूर करके आए हैं लंदन आई डक में, पानी के अंदर और बाहर तमाम देखकर माशाल्लाह घर वापस जा रहे हैं। चलिए साहब आइसक्रीम खा रहे हैं। मिलेनियम व्हील के पास हम लोग आए हैं और ये बाद में आके देखेंगे। आज डक टूर लिया था हमने और बहुत सी जगह गए। हाउसेज ऑफ पार्लियामेंट, डाउनिंग स्ट्रीट, वाइट हॉल, ट्रफालगर स्क्वायर, बकिंगम पैलेस के बाहर से टावर ब्रिज, लंदन ब्रिज सब देख के आए हैं। आइसक्रीम खा के अब घर वापस जा रहे हैं इंशाल्लाह। एक आध रोज़ के बाद फिर वो मिलेनियम व्हील आएंगे। ये जो सामने है मिलेनियम व्हील कहलाता है, उसका टूर लेंगे। हम इधर भी साथ में आएंगे। हम लोग जो है सामने आइसक्रीम खाई है, थकान बहुत हो रही, वापस जा रहे हैं।